唉，重新嚟過，由一開始嗰兩個放翻出嚟嗰度開始啦。有，仲喺度，不過因為第一個城偷嘢，俾人點咗上，你而家一翻城咧就俾人拉啊！因為我有啲主線一定要翻個城嘅，一傾完咧就即刻拉你啊！係啊 ，low save 啊，好早啦，low 翻琴日嗰度啊，所以今日玩嗰啲冇乜進度啊。嗱，其實56重玩未最多過咗救人嗰度啊，即係救主角嗰度啊。應該係呢度3.4小時。今日玩咗即係冇咗一半咯，即係就係冇咗琴日嗰度啊。今日玩到呢度嘛，過咗啦，即係打爛仔交嗰度嘛，過咗啦，咪打完爛仔交拉咗2個咯。今日因為我知道臨偷嘢前咧就 save 一 save 佢，冇事咧就繼續，有事咧就 low save。之後咧我又發覺咧隻 game 有個 console mode 嘅，唔知係咪可以打啲曲嚟變國模啊，或者無限錢咧？我覺得係咯，嗱呢啲啦。嗱，依家冇嘛，依家冇嘢噶嘛，嗰個reputation 唔記得叫咩啦。因為有陣時啲地圖好鬼難睇，好鬼難揾嘅。即係睇下遲啲上網係咪有啲國模啊，或者唔知，因為有個 console mode 啦。因為依家冇事嘛，嗰個 reputation 叫咩啊？聲望啊定咩啊？唔記得咗叫咩啊？之後我要翻去今日嗰度，依家幾點啊？就嚟11點。之後要偷嘢，我睇下邊先，唔記得咗間屋喺邊。呢度咧，佢有個叫做叫咩？聲望嘛。之後我增益即係 debuff 嗰啲 buff 或者 debuff。之後有個叫做顯眼度嘅，如果譬如你做賊偷嘢咧，如果你着啲衫好靚咧，一認又認得出嚟咯，所以偷嘢咧就將啲衫冇着啦。譬如解除，但係你又唔可以唔着衫喎。之後再睇翻個69啊，反而因為你唔着衫啊，仲顯眼。但係呢度又冇得睇喎，呢個我有顯眼到77。 嗱，反而你唔着衫仲顯眼，即係可能有啲衫就降低你個顯眼度咯。但我見又可以去到好低，不過可能嗰啲50、68，嗱用50。啊，咁就低咗一半啦。因為依家夜晚所以開鎖唔得，你要等朝早。之後嗱，俾人之後好似有個地方係可以偷嗰啲侍衛嗰啲裝嘅，要偷咗鎖匙先得嘅。我唔記得咗。我記得呢度係有個商人。之後要夜晚要攞個火把，唔係會俾嗰啲侍衛話，即係俾嗰啲侍衛懷疑你嘅。我睇下個商人喺邊，因為咧嗰啲地圖咧，你唔行過咧，就唔會顯示出嚟噶。呢個位有時 mark 咗都好難睇啊！真係。
What are you doing here?
嗱，俾人屌啊！即刻，因為夜晚嘛。唔記得咗邊間屋添。係啊，呢個侍衛。之後好似我唔記得咗邊攞咗條鎖匙，好似俾我 save 咗佢啦。我覺得都玩咗好耐先大概知道點偷。嗱，唔得啊！即刻係好狗啊！咁樣
The cheek!
要等倒數完前要出翻去咯，唔係俾佢發現咯。呢個中間個數字就係你可以喺個袋入面逗留幾耐時間。要揾到條鎖匙咯。有幾多錢啊？9個2，冇用啦。可能喺下面啊，需要耐啲時間。
Hey!
得唔得？係好久啊，咁樣 low save。不過啲人全部都係咁玩。
The cheek! Hey! What?
要攬啊！唔得。會 save 嘅。太短啦個時間，起碼都要12秒先夠時間，落到最低咯。
Hey! What do you?
可能因為試得多咧，啲時間越少啊，可能或者試下隔耐啲，唔好咁密啊，即係偷嘢之間。嗱，依家可以去到。
Hey!
得唔得？試下。
Don't cause any trouble, got it?
God be with you.
呢度有間侍衛房，喺邊先？我喺呢度。
The cheek on you! I'll give you.
我淨係試下等。 等耐啲，等夜啲。就要鬥快。成功 ，save 咗佢先。好值錢啊！要有智慧。即係好似有把劍唔知定乜嘢㗎，我要睇返條片先知。我 save 咗。有個紅色手即係你偷返嚟咯。如果你要買咧，就要等佢過咗冇咗個紅色手先買得高嗰個價錢。唔係你如果咁樣賣俾電 NPC 咧，佢話你偷返嚟個價就會好低咯。先串填空步啊，我唔記得咗。咁樣500幾蚊啊，買到。 我未有鞋啊！腿部襯護具。可唔可以再返去攞？喺呢度。
I feel quite hungry.
Hey! You can't walk around at night without a light. Do you want me to arrest you? Light a torch! You see? That wasn't so hard, was it now?
冇咯喎。應該仲有一把劍喎，我唔記得咗喺邊個位攞。等聽日先啊。幾點啊？2點。
I feel quite hungry.
So be it, man. If I may be so bold, what did you do to him?
Hey, I was at the tavern with some friends, and the schnozzle was causing a scene. What the hell?
Du Nervensäge! Get out!
出售。開鎖器，佢覺得
When's the last time I ate
Wie
something?
schade. Auf Wiedersehen.
God grant you health.
你唔可以就咁入到
I'm so hungry I could eat a horse.
How come it's open? I closed that door. Only fools act like that. Right, so which idiot's doing that? Who opened it?
之後仲要偷本書。
God be with you. Keep the peace and we'll stay friends.
Cheers. I hope you have an uneventful shift.
Hey! Where'd it go?
Greetings to you too. Heute ist es wunderschön.
Someone stole it!
要走啊！俾人發現啦！
Oh, so hungry I could eat a horse.
啊，要食嘢添。
I need something to eat.
我要後面翻先。
Greetings to you.
迷路添。
I really need to eat something.
Oh.
God bless you.
食物中毒啊！屌！
Oh well, what can you do?
唉，我要去咗呢度先啦。呢個做咩啊？呢個 icon， 我武器受損。我記得係可以偷隻馬㗎，揾翻先。
One beer. God grant you health.
Yeah, after another.
Rồi pin này cho má. 好難揾嗰啲地圖真係。
Keep the peace, and we won't have any problems.
Cheers. I hope you have an uneventful shift.
Wait! Don't move! Give up! Are you deaf? Yield!
我俾人見到回應
Make me! Have it your way!
啊，真係唔得。所以我呢個係叫嗱臨走翻出去。
Hail?
I'm feeling a bit peckish.
哦，認定兇手，即係唔得。
I'm always glad to see polite people like you. God be with you.
God be with you. How's the watch going?
Not bad. So far.
哦，又唔得啦嗱，所以我點樣可以唔俾佢發現呢？屌啦，白痴啊！閂門開門。嗱，實閂埋門，會唔會俾人發現？
Keep the peace, and we won't have any problems.
God be with you. How's the watch going?
Okay.
或者可能要閂翻道門先得。偷時係咪要曝光？即係唔得。認定兇手並通報守衛來找人。咁我係唔偷啦，係。
What is it? Did you drop something?
Go! Car! Go! Quick! Da! Oh, gods. Wonder what their names were. Quick!
What?
屌！做乜事？
Fucking shavings. What do you want here, you scoundrel? Why'd you barge in here?
I heard you could use a helping hand at the forge.
I could. My last two hands, well, they're not worth mentioning. And what with the wedding coming up, the work is piling up. What do they call you?
Henry.
I'm Radovan. You should know, Henry. The blacksmithing isn't for everyone. Have you done it before?
Yeah. I basically grew up in the forge. My father was a swordsmith, and not just any. He even forged swords for the nobility.
For the nobility, eh? Well, that kind of experience will come in very handy for me indeed. As it happens, I have to forge a wedding present for young Lord Semine. A fine sword.
So you'll take me on?
Hold your horses. I'll have to try you out first. You could forge me a hunting sword as a test. so I can see if you can make a straight blade. That shouldn't give you much trouble if your father was a swordsmith, should it?
Sure thing. I can get started right away.
Great. Find some iron and get started then.
Iron?
You can't make a sword out of butter, but if you don't have your own stuff, you can get everything from the chest in my forge.
Now it's your turn.
Go over to the anvil and let's get started. Furnace is cold now. Give it a practice try. Some things, like swords, are too long to fit in the fire. You have to heat it up. Try poking it around for a bit. Now get the furnace nice and hot. There's a lever above it. Give it a pull. It works the better. You can tell the temperature by the color, but you won't be able to tell when it's in the fire. You have to take it out from time to time and take a look. Try it out. See? That's exactly the straw color we want. You've got talent, lad. Now heat up the whole thing. The whole thing is heated up now, so come over to the anvil. Try moving the sword along the anvil so you can get the hang of it.
太真啦，真係。
Now take the hammer and try hitting it a few times. See the sparks? That's a sign of a good strike. The more sparks, the better. Also, you can hammer with different degrees of power. A stronger hit will do more, but it'll tire you out faster. Try giving it a few blows, as hard as you can, so I can see how strong you are. That's got a nice ring to it. Of course, if it was all about hitting an anvil with a hammer, any dolt could do it. You've got to hammer the workpiece evenly. One hit next to the other. Very nice. You're doing just fine. But when I say evenly, I mean it. A sword has two sides, like a lot of other things, including myself. Turn it over and continue on the other side. Nice. Now try forging it on both sides. The closer it is to being finished, the more it will take on the shape you want. It'll cool off soon anyway. Cooled now. You can't do it all in one go. You've got to put it back in the furnace from time to time. Sometimes you've got to go there and back all day. But it's all part of the craft. Now, get back to the forge and heat it all up again, like before. The whole thing is heated up now, so come over to the anvil. That, besides the sparks, you can tell a good strike by the sound it makes. That's the ring you want. See how it's taking on the right shape? That's how you can tell it's almost finished. Now, I've got a piece of advice for you. Hammer to a rhythm. When I hammer a piece to a beat, the work goes by easier. Sometimes I'll whistle to myself to keep the rhythm going. There you go. You've got it finished. All that's left is to temper it. And the sword will
幾
be
麻
done.
煩。
The rest is just tweaking. Right. Let's have a look. Very nice work. Your father taught you the trade well.
He'd certainly be happy to hear that.
If you carry on hammering as well as you did today, you've definitely got a job here. Even so, keep in mind, it's all about making sure every strike does its job. That's why you can't let it get cold, or keep striking the same spot. If you work evenly, each strike falling right next to the last one, you can't go wrong. Got that? Or is there something else you want to ask about?
What good does it do me to whistle while I work?
It makes you work to a rhythm. You won't get tired so quickly, and the iron feels it.
How do I know a good strike from a bad one?
By the sparks that fly up, and by the ring. It rings out with a different sound when you do it right.
What's the right way to heat up the workpiece?
Do it till it turns the color of straw. Ideally, the color should be the same everywhere, if your forging's going to be even. The main thing is, don't work it cold. You just ruin it. But don't overheat it either. As soon as sparks start to fly off it in the furnace, take it out.
Thanks. That's all I need to know.
You can sleep in the chamber by the woodshed. And there's a chest where you can keep your things. And of course, you can use the forge anytime you want. Any questions?
Where can I get materials?
You can buy some essentials from me. But if you want to make a fancy sword with lots of ornamentation, you'll have to look elsewhere. This is just a village, you know. The locals ain't after luxury. They can't afford it neither.
What now?
What do you think? You're not going to be idle. I'll find you some work to do right away. You're pretty good at swords, but what the locals really need is axes and horseshoes. Right. Here are some simple drawings that show what they're both supposed to look like. And some iron. You can get down to it right away.
Just like that? You aren't going to help me?
Sacre, lad. I chose you because you already know a thing or two. I'm not going to look over your shoulder all bloody day. You take care of these smaller jobs. Forge away as long as you're able, and then sell it all. Once you've made some coin and feel like being out in the open again, I'll give you some more interesting work.
뭐가 되나? 얻었자야. See, I see.
A bit longer without food, and I'll really start to be grumpy.
What would you like?
There's a couple more things I'd like to ask about smithing.
Ask away.
哦，呢啲就
Thanks.
之前講過。
That's all I need to know. I'd like you to teach me something.
Sure, why not? If you pay me, I'll teach you a few of my tricks. What are you interested in?
I should heat it up again.
Pissing down rain again.
That looks good. Now just to temper it.
$3星，就賣俾佢。
How can I help you today, friend? It's about those two idiot hands of mine, Venser and Franzi. They drove off with a cart full of goods towards Semin, and they never came back.
Do you want me to find them?
Just so. But more importantly, I want to know where my cart ended up. And especially the cargo. Go to Samin and find out what the bloody hell happened.
Have you any idea which way they might have gone? I could have a look along the way. Maybe their cart broke down or something.
There's only one road to Samin that can take a cart. It leads from Takov to Troskovitz, and then to the south. But I've got a bad feeling they got up to no good in Samin.
Those two hands of yours, Ventsa and Franzi, what can you tell me about them?
Can't tell you much. They're wandering laborers. I don't think they wanted to stay here with me for long. But these days, I can use all the help I can get.
Were they suspicious in any way?
No, they worked hard. They ain't no slackers. And I can't say that about everyone.
What was the cart carrying?
Bugger and bollocks. All sorts of stuff. I'd say Lord Samin wants to rearm his garrison with new equipment. There were some hunting swords, bastard swords, crossbow bolts. I also fixed the trigger on young Samin's crossbow. And some kitchen stuff. Sacks of charcoal, all sorts of things. There's a good month's work in that cartload.
All right. I'll get right on it then.
Go ahead. And if you find that pair of fools drunk, kick their asses for me.
Gladly. I'll kick some sobriety into them. What do you have for sale?
買得個3個1，呢啲又賣唔出住。而家
Let's talk about the price.
All right. I'm listening.
上次被拒絕嘅報價，商人報價，呢個又唔好明。你的金錢，你要付嘅錢。
Do you accept?
Less. What a shame. I'm done haggling with you.
屌，所以
Thank you, and a good day to you, friend.
去呢度。但有隻馬去咗邊先？冇咗喎。
Christ be praised.
They're called letters. That's exactly what I'm thinking.
我呢度後面
Lord be with you.
哇！你等下先。我呢個又可以偷佢嘢嘅，不過依家啲重量太多咧，可能
Why are you wasting my time if you don't want anything then, eh?
可能又要翻去放低晒啲嘢。算啦，因為始終依家仲未熟。將就翻要點翻個火把。哇！屌，要着翻衫先得。你係咪攞咗啦咩？轉移道具哦。始終唔係好慣呢啲操作界面。呢個要帶43、35、32，夠晒低啊！要食嘢。 感覺不舒服，最大耐力會降低。哦，寫飽就又唔得嘅。之後返嚟呢度，之後偷嗰個裁縫啲嘢。
Greetings.
What do you think you're doing? What? You can't be here. Why are you fooling around with that door?
Sao咁串啊？
Be on your way.
Folks, if you value your life, stop drinking. Alcohol is the scourge of mankind. The devil's temptation. Look at me. I used to spend all day and night in the tavern, drinking away all my money. My wife couldn't stand the sight of me, and my house nearly collapsed. What can I say?
What do you think you're doing?
唔得。
You can't be here.
Praise
That's
the
it.
Lord.
Go now.
Folks, if you value your life, stop drinking.
Christ, it's hot out.
Scourge of mankind. The devil's temptation. Look at me. I used to spend all day and night drinking.
我上鎖7點已經。
What brings you here? Christ, that stings! At least it stopped the bleeding.
唉，算啦，一陣先再偷啊！
Time the door is stuck shut like that, I'll climb through the window and knock that prick out on the spot.
God bless you.
去咗隔離村先啦。
Go! Go! Car! Go! 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 Quick! Stand still!
我屌，俾隻花，俾隻馬掗咗落嚟。
Good. Go! Go! Whoa! Whoa!
Bill, eh?
Wasn't she?
People an inch and they'll take a mile.
Quick! Whoa!
Don't cause any trouble. Got it?
God be with you.
So I says to him, "No, father, I haven't been fornicating. I've just been loving my neighbour."
Hey! You're right there, laddie.
Oh, you should have seen him. He went as red as a cardinal's hat. Aye. Hey, servant, bring some wine.
Me? I'm not a servant.
Oh, I know. Old Serene is saving supplies for the wedding later. But you didn't need to bother your wee head about that.
Look, I'm not from here.
Oh. I didn't give a fuck where you're frae. You speak our language, do you not?
Well, Yarko, seems to me this fella doesn't know how to behave toward his betters.
The old man's hired hands are lacking in manners. We'll soon fix that. I'll kill you.
Go for it, you're cool. Put him on his ass.
Don't hit him.
Wanker!
Should I help
Why
with
did
him?
you do that?
Ha!
Burst his gob.
Ah.
Go for it, Yurko. Put him on his ass, the cunt.
I can't bear to look.
Put him on his ass, the cunt.
Stop beating him.
Ha!
Where's that madman?
Rub his beak in the dirt.
Ha! Ha!
You dung grabber.
Someone better hold me back.
Ha! Ah! Fuck you! Ha! Ah!
Such
You're the wee
violence.
fucker flapping
Does
the cloak.
anyone live
Ha!
by these days?
Ha!
Go on, send him.
The executioner's sharpening his axe
Ha!
for you.
Give that check for cup tasting.
Ah! That was something. Come on. Oh, you wee bastard!
The devil's name is fucking going on here?
What do you think's going on, Grandad? I'm teaching your people here how we do things.
Grandad?
Why, Grandad? An old captain like you probably still remember the flood.
True enough, Yurko. I am old. And I remember all sorts of things. Like you. When you were a little nipper running around here bare arse, with a ribbon in your hair, screaming out how you was Princess Sophie. Poor lad, hadn't a moment's peace from his big sisters.
What about that way?
Who in God's name are you?
Henry. The Takoff blacksmith sent me. Radovan.
Blacksmith, eh? Then you'll have some explaining to do. Come along and never mind that fool Yurko. Young Samin's getting married, so we has to put up with his kin from Moravia.
We'll be needing a dozen geese. And I must tell Vashek to get 3 pigs ready for slaughter. And the carters will have to be sent to Yetchin to get at least a peck of poppy seed for cakes. And gingerbread spices. Oh, and wine, too. It's almost all gone, what we bought only last week.
Enter!
Sorry to intrude, sir. This is Henry, blacksmith Radovan's hand.
Oh, excellent. Dorothy, leave us now. Just make sure that there's plenty of everything so long as it doesn't cost too much.
But, sir...
Not another word! Leave us! So Radovan sent you alone. Who's going to unload it all? It's a whole cartload.
Yeah, Radovan sent me, sir, but not with the goods. The thing is, he's missing his cart, along with the carter in his hands.
What? But they never came here. Are you telling me they got lost?
Well, I couldn't tell you what happened to them, sir, but it's my job to find them.
There are all sorts of vermin roaming the countryside.
Oh, no need to imagine the worst right off, gnarly. Anyway, I need the load from that cart, so saddle up your old nag and we'll ride out, Captain. I could do with a breath of fresh air. I've had it up to the eyeballs with counting geese and pies.
What about Henry here, sir?
Well, what about him?
We could use an extra pair of hands. You know how my shoulder's acting up. Yurko is shit-faced, and your son...
The older has work to do. All right, take Henry with you if you want. Just so long as he doesn't slow us down.
Thank you, sir. So, lad, you going with us? I hope you're happy about it.
Yeah. I'll be glad to help you.
Oh, you reckon we can't manage on our own?
No. That's not how I meant it.
Take it easy, son. I'm only yanking your pizzle. By the way, the fellas at the gate say you came here on foot.
Yeah, I did.
Christ above. And how are you going to ride with us? On the back of my saddle? You're a bit big for that, ain't ya? And I'm a bit too old.
I figured I'd just run along behind you.
You could, but even with them young legs of yours, you'd hold us back. You're in need of a horse.
Well, those don't come cheap.
True. But your luck's in, lad. Our groom brought in a grey nag not long ago. Tell him you've got to ride out with us, and he'll give it to you for a decent price.
All right. Thanks.
Well, that should be that. Unless you've got any more questions.
Actually, there is something I'd like to ask about. This Yurko and his mates. Who are they?
They're Lord Samin's kin. They're fine as long as they don't get too much booze inside them.
Only they're from Moravia, so they're never far from the booze.
But what can I tell you, lad? Each to himself. Besides, They stick with the family when push comes to shove. And you can't say that about everyone.
And you, sir? What is it you do?
Well, son, I wonder if I haven't made a mistake about you. If you haven't figured me out by now, you can't be very bright.
No, I just meant what exactly is it you do for Lord Semming? And your name isn't exactly very common.
I'm the captain here, and I'm sure I don't have to tell you what a captain does. As for my name, it's a nickname Lord Semming's grandpa gave me. May he rest in peace. When I joined his service as a young fella, I took my gnarly club with me. Wouldn't use anything else. I was used to it. And more than once helped me to, well, win an argument. I broke many a hard skull with it. And it's still in one piece. We've been together so long, we even share the same name.
You're lucky you didn't turn out to be Captain Knob.
Or Captain Headcracker. You're right.
I'd like to go and see that wedding.
Wouldn't we all, lad? And what would you do there?
Well, I heard Lord von Berghoff will be at the wedding, and I need to speak with him.
Son, I don't know if you're serious or yanking my pizzle. Anyways, you're Radovan's hand, ain't ya? He'll be coming to the wedding. He's making a wedding gift for the groom. Stick with him, and maybe he'll take you with him.
I'd like to go and see that wedding.
Wouldn't we all, lad?
Well, I heard Lord von Berg...
Son, anyways, stick with
呢
him.
個頭先講咗，嗱依家灰咗，其實有啲 bug 㗎，我覺得。
We should probably get going.
That we should, but it's as dark as sin. Come back in the morning. If you want, stay here. You'll get a bit of grub in the kitchen and you can sleep in the barn.
我可以瞓喺嗰度啊？得啦。但係同埋一忽。
Good day.
依家幾點啊
？What can you do?
9點。
God bless.
谷倉啊？邊度谷倉啊？
Hi, almost done.
因為今朝玩嗰時亂咁瞓，會俾人拉啊！私人地方。呢個。呢個咩 debuff 啊？頭部受損。呢個咩啊？暴飲暴食啊！我食得太多。哦。其實我都唔知邊度谷倉。
God bless.
哦，係咪呢度啊？谷倉。競技場。 應該唔會有事啩？攞返自己嗰隻馬先。
Wait, that's my Pebbles, my girl. I thought they killed you down by that pond.
個馬夫呢？巢穴。
Ale.
仲未見嗰個馬夫嘅。
Good day. What do you need? Hurry up, I don't have all day. That grey horse you have grazing here is mine.
What do you mean, yours? I bought it fair and square. I admit, it was only for a few groschen from some suspicious lad who found it down by the Rock Tower Pond, but that horse is not branded, so it belongs to me now.
She's my horse. I rode in on her from Ratai, in the retinue that was attacked down by the pond.
Right. You happen to need a new horse, and this one just happens to be the one you already own. Does it have your brand? It does not. So you are out of luck.
咁串?
Who sold her to you?
I told you already. Some young lad. He wasn't from here.
What did he look like? Where'd he go?
You're a bit hasty, eh? He had black hair and a big beard. And he looked like he'd been sleeping in the woods. And his breath smelled like hell. But I couldn't tell you where he was headed.
Look, you know they attacked an entourage by that pond, right?
I heard about it. That news spread through the land like wildfire.
And the one who sold it to you told you he found it by the pond, right?
Well, he did, aye.
So it's not entirely impossible she belonged to me.
Maybe not impossible, but I paid for her.
Aye, but just a few groschen. You said so yourself. Wouldn't you rather be in the good graces of someone who might have been part of that expedition?
Maybe so. All right, I'll give her to you. But you owe me one. Go and get her then. If she remembers you, she might even come when you whistle for her. We're gonna miss that one. What are you whistling for?
God be with you.
Greetings to you.
I'm ready to set out, sir.
All right. Stay close to us and don't go wandering off.
As you say, sir.
Where will we start searching, sir?
If they drove out of Tarkov and headed towards us, they had to pass across the river.
Right, sir. You keep on running.
Very good, Captain.
唉，有陣時呢啲，屌俾隻馬撐，有時識真成咁啊！
Good.
即太過真啦，真係。
That's it. Okay, that's true, Henry. Hey, Henry, where do you think you're going? About time, too. Let's go.
It was nothing. Just a bit of a friendly brawl. They clearly had a skinful. I can understand it.
Well, I've sure as hell got no understanding for it. I hope they didn't hurt you.
I'll say it for you. Henry got his arse kicked. You know Yurka's as strong as an ox.
And why wouldn't he be, with all he eats and drinks? But what can we do with you, Henry, if even a drunken Moravian brawler can beat you? We could get into all sorts of tricky situations along the way.
That's true, Henry. But there's something we can do about that. I think Lord Sameen here could teach you a thing or two.
Yeah, why not? What do you say, youngster? Fancy a bit of training?
It would be an honor, sir.
Excellent. Not afraid, eh? That's what I like to see. There's an abandoned pen along the path a bit. We'll stop off there and see what you're made of.
All right, sir. If you'll excuse me, I'll explain some things to the youngster here first. Wouldn't want no accidents happening.
What So, we're here. Now, Lynn, tell the youngster here what's what.
All right, son. You're going to fight Lord Sameen. It'll be an honorable fight, so you better act accordingly. Hold on a mo. I'll give you some gear for it.
What weapon will you give me?
What would you like?
An axe.
Tell you what, save that for chopping wood. I wouldn't want you chopping his lordship's skull by accident. You can have my cudgel. It might be just a stick, but it's my stick, so careful with it.
Thank you, Captain.
Save the thanks, and get your arse into the pen.
So, young'un, are you ready?
All right, let's do it.
兜嘢卜落你個頭度。我冇晒體力。
What do you say, son?
You really gave me the runaround.
I'm no spring chicken, but I'm as spry as ever.
That's true. And you handled this too, sir. Anyways, you can keep that old junk, Henry. Even my cudgel. But take care of the old fella. He might be just a piece of wood, but he saved my arse more than once.
I will, Captain.
終於玩到今日晏晝嗰度。
Yes?
It's good to stretch the limbs every now and again. Don't worry about losing, lad. You've got some talent, I can tell. You should come to the courtyard and Gnarly here will give you a good education in the art of the sword.
I call it the art of not getting skewered as soon as you step foot outside the village. But do come over. We've got a nice arena in Saline. It ain't no abandoned pig pen.
You can't always choose your battleground, Gnarly. Whether it's a pig pen or an arena in Karlstein, it's the performance that counts. And while we're on the subject, where are you from, lad? It's clear you're not from Trustwood.
I'm from Silver Scallops, sir.
Aha! Now I understand why you're here. You're not the first one to flee here from the war.
I don't flee from a fight, sir. I have work here, and a lot of scores.
You want to get revenge for what happened back home? That usually doesn't end well. You'd be better advised to find yourself a well-built girl, build a cottage, visit a church and a tavern. There's no helping the dead anyway.
That's nice advice, sir. Only women will tie you down, lad.
玩到今日晏晝嗰度啦。
You're doing the right thing.
依家冇俾人通緝就可以繼續玩啦。
So, we're in Troskowitz. What now, sir? Should I go to the bailiff and ask if he might have seen someone?
Well, that makes sense. But the young fella here should do it. If the bailiff sees you, he'll guess I'm in the village. Come and bother me. And I'm really not in the mood today for any bombardment of complaints.
I understand, sir. All right, Henry. Run along to the rat house and inquire about that wagon.
And Henry, not a word about me. Are we clear?
As you wish, sir.
What will it be?
Master Bailiff, can I ask you about something?
Ask away, by all means. Wait now, aren't you that lad who's helping Radovan in the forge?
Yeah, that's me.
I heard his hired hands went missing.
Yeah, that's exactly why I'm here.
Ah, I was thinking they were driving awful fast with that cart.
You saw them?
I did, a few days back. They raced through the village in the early evening so fast, they were dropping sacks of charcoal.
Where were they headed?
Towards the east, to Apollonia on the road to Yichin. And you're looking for them?
I am indeed.
I'm glad to hear it. I heard there were goods for Semin on that cart, and I can do without that kind of trouble now, on account of the wedding, you know?
It seems you have a lot of concerns with that wedding, Master Bailiff.
Of course I do. I'm the father of the bride, after all. Although not everyone sees eye to eye with me. Lord Semin would be happier if I paid all the bills and left all the decisions up to him. Who's invited, what there'll be to eat and drink, entertainment, everything. It's not like I have a burning desire to deal with it, but if I'm going to pay for it...
I understand. But isn't it just that the groom's family is more concerned about these things?
That's not it. I'll tell you what it is. It's because Lord Semin is a noble and I'm just a commoner. Only I've got coin. While he's trying to keep the wolf from the door in that piddling estate of his.
You're right, Master Bailiff. Don't worry, though. People will find out you spared no expense for your daughter's wedding.
Let's hope. More like that old miser will go around saying the opposite and put me to shame.
I don't think Lord Semin would do that. Do you know anything about Radovan's hired hands?
Only what I've told you. But to tell you the truth, I wouldn't mind if they never turned up again.
Why's that?
Well, they might look like butter wouldn't melt in their mouths, and Radovan praises them, but I know people. That pair have mischief in their eyes. I can tell.
That'll be all. Thanks.
嗱，睇下先。我要舉發。
I'd like to report an ambush. Some scoundrels attacked my lord's retinue and killed our men.
That's a serious matter. Where is your lord?
Well, he left.
I don't understand why he's not lodging a complaint himself, and why not directly at the castle. He has that right as a lord.
It's a long story. My lord got very angry and then went missing.
Sorry, fella, but I'm not sure whether you're making it up or lying to me. But if you were telling the truth, why don't you bring your lord here and we can talk it all over calmly? I'm sorry, lad, but until then, I've got more important things to do.
I need to speak with Sir Otto.
With the Royal Chamberlain? Are you yanking my official pizzle?
Why not?
I'd like to talk to him too, boy, but he's still in Prague. He's hardly ever here. Chamberlain Ulrich is in charge of things.
And where do I find him?
Where do you think? Up in the castle.
But they won't let me in there.
What do you want me to do about it? That's your problem. I'm not going to put in a word for you. I hardly know you.
What's new in the county, Master Bailiff?
I was just visited by one of the local peasants. He said he found more fresh graves behind his field, just below the village, along the road to Nabokov.
What do you mean, more? You sound like this isn't the first time.
That we found someone buried here? Don't even ask. I've been digging up bodies ever since that bandit gang started running rampant. Most of them are von Burgo's men, and that's about it.
That sounds interesting. Thank you. What's new, Bailiff?
Nothing special. Fortunately, Troskowitz is a quiet village. It's peaceful here, and the war has avoided us so far, thank God. Just here and there a brawl in the tavern or the neighbour's errant cow. Well, that's how it was until recently, at least.
And what happened?
What do you think? It started with that nomadic riffraff, theft of hens and sheep, then continued with ambushes on the road. And then the wolves started to come in from the forests on account of the poachers killing off their prey. Oh, and then our master Chamberlain Ulrich. Oh my God. But that's no business of yours, understand?
I understand. That's your business, Bailiff. What's new in the county?
I was just visited by... He said he found more fresh graves.
What do you mean?
That we found... I've been digging... And that's about...
That sounds interesting.
嗱，仲係有呢啲嘅，就係白色係算啦。偷佢錢。
God be with you. How's the watch going?
Fuck me. Jesus Christ be praised.
You there? Well then, young man, how did it go?
They were spotted here, sir. Going to the east, towards Apollonia.
So the Yitchin? The bastards. And what about my goods?
Well, they were driving so fast, it was falling off the cart.
The thieving scum. Let's hurry. To Yitchin.
Sir, I can send a message to the Itchin captain of the guard.
Oh, it'll take too long. We'll go and get them ourselves.
Won't you be missing preparations for the wedding at home, sir?
I will. Praise Lord Jesus Christ. If I have to choose between riding to Yitchin... Hey, stick close to us. Stop wandering off. We won't wait for you forever.
Won't you be missing preparations for the wedding at home, sir?
I will. Praise Lord Jesus Christ. If I have to choose between riding to Yitchin and listening to Dorothy's endless fussing, I'll take Yitchin any time. Besides, there's a nice inn along the way, the Three Cats. We can spend the night there.
I remember that place.
最衰咧，
I'm not sure,
個
sir.
呢個
If they'll
screen
let
呢
the
個
two
畫
of
面
us
咧
set foot
有
inside
冇
the
個時
door.
間顯示依家幾多點？你要入到嚟好似唔見有依家幾多點？依家 level 7。學習近排聲望56。你尚未發現啊？
Hours
算
ago.
啦，
God knows if the place is
照跟住個主線行
True.
先啦。
Still, we'd better keep our eyes peeled.
呢用去邊啊？
They might not have gone to Yichin. They could have turned off somewhere. Or something could have happened. They might have been ambushed, maybe.
Will you give over with that? I'll bet my braves they weren't ambushed. More likely we'll find them boozing at the Three Cats.
That'd surely be the best outcome, if that old dive is still standing. Let's go then. So, St. Anthony, which way now?
While you're praying to the patron saint of lost things, go and have a look along the road, Gnarly. And you, Henry, have a look to the left.
All right, sir. But don't forget, my eyesight ain't what it used to be.
Well, that's what we have the youngster for, isn't it? Off you go.
The angel of the Lord declared unto Mary, and she
Did you see a cart drive through here by any chance?
All the time, friend, from Truskovich to Yichin and back. Sometimes even a slow cart with a dead body.
I'm looking for a cart loaded with goods from the blacksmith. Probably moving fast.
Now that you mention it, I do recall something of the like. They even dropped a sack of charcoal. When you go out of the cemetery onto the road, you should see it right there on the right-hand side.
Very well.
I'm Henry. And you must be the local gravedigger, right?
Ignatius, master of the sod, at your service. Looking for a final resting place, are you? Or do you need to bury a dead goat?
I'm more interested in the grave-digging profession as a whole.
Ah, once you try it, you'll never want to do nothing else till the day you die.
You got a big cemetery here. Pretty nice, too.
Ain't it? But being the gravedigger, I'll never have a place of my own here. They'll throw me by the wall like a dog and bury me without ceremony. But when I'm dead, I won't care. If it was up to me, I'd even bury the suicides in hallowed ground. We're all equal before death and the Lord. This game of better and worse places of final rest don't count for nothing.
What's the story with the dead people?
The story? They're dead. What more is there to tell?
But you said there's been a lot of people dying around here recently, right?
Well, it ain't usual for people to get offed by the cartload out here in the sticks, if you ask me. What do you reckon?
I don't know. Hadn't really thought about it that way.
That might be the reason, then. Hey?
What?
Look, I'm not suggesting anything. I'm just saying there's a lot of people dying. If things keep up like this, I'll be out of work in no time. There'll be no one left to bury.
Being a gravedigger must be a lonely job, eh? What are your duties?
Funny a young lad like you is so interested in grave digging. Not something you see every day.
Well, I'm only asking. No real reason.
That figures. Youngsters these days wouldn't know hard work if it bit 'em on the arse. It's no wonder I can't find any help.
Are you offering me a job?
No. I'm giving you a warning. You ain't cut out for this trade.
And how do you know that?
You've got that look. I can spot it a mile away.
Could you be more specific?
You just aren't cut out for it, and that's that. A gravedigger needs passion. A sense of duty ain't enough. It's a service, a labour of love, and the meaning of life all in one, lad.
How's life treating you, Ignatius?
A lot better than it's treating my customers, I must say. Come to think of it, the only thing that pisses me off is that once I kick the bucket, there won't be a single experienced gravedigger to put me to rest. Aye, the shoemaker's children go barefoot, as they say. All the young folks these days care about is making coin. Nobody's interested in the honest trade of grave digging anymore.
Farewell.
We're getting close. I can feel it in my bones, sir. You'll have the car back in
I wouldn't want to drag it back home myself.
a nobleman in harness. We ain't ever had such a spectacle in these parts.
You might get to see it soon enough. The lords in this country have all gone to the dogs. Every lowborn with a bit of coin builds a house in Kuttenberg while we live in squalor. Why do you reckon that is, lad?
That's a tough question, sir. But nothing happens on God's green earth without his will. If that's the way God wants it, there's nothing you can do.
None of this would be happening if we had a king. And I mean a real one, not Wenceslas or Sigismund. Oh, anywhere that's not ruled by a strong hand, all sorts of things go wrong.
Especially when you've got Moravian relatives eating you out of house and home.
啊，波落嚟㗎。
Oh, hold up. This is strange. I don't see any cart tracks. What do you reckon, Gnarly?
I'm blind as a mole, sir. But it's all peculiar, right enough. Where the hell could that cart have vanished to?
Well, that's just it. They had nowhere to turn off.
I'll look up the road a bit. And you, Henry, have a look back along the road. Maybe it fell in a ditch somewhere. Who knows?
Very well, sir.
blacksmith's cart. And someone went to a hell of a lot of trouble to hide it from the road.
Hey! I found the blacksmith's cart! Come here!
Well, now, here we have it. The blacksmith's cart.
And someone went to a lot of trouble to hide it from the road.
Of course, the goods are gone. The bastards hauled it off to the rocks. That's clear. Well, we can't let them get away with it. We'll carry on, but on foot. My old young milker would only break a leg there. And keep a sharp lookout. Something stinks here.
I told you, they got ambushed by them bastards that's on the rampage around here, sir.
Oh, be quiet. We still can't be sure of anything.
Ah, Apollonia. I spent a lot of time running around here as a young lad.
Oh, not me. This place always gave me the shivers.
God's truth, I ain't got only good memories of it. One time, got my legs stuck in a crevice a bit further on. Trapped there all night I was, shitting myself with fear. It wasn't till morning that the folk from the fortress found me. The whole of Sameen was out looking for me.
See, at least you came here as a kid. It still gives me the creeps here.
Why's that, sir? It's just some rocks, ain't it?
You'd sing a different tune if you'd had the rope maker's wife as a nanny when you were little. Now, she had some tales about this place. Headless horsemen, goblins, and white ladies. Every night, we'd gather by the hearth. The old woman would sit at her spinning wheel telling stories. I'll tell you, Captain, there isn't much I'm afraid of. But when that blind old crone was croaking her tales of devils and holes to hell, with the fire crackling and the wind whistling outside the windows, and the whirring of the spinning wheel... Oh. Wait a moment. Do you hear that?
I do. There's somebody there, sure enough.
Let's get closer. What do we do now? I heard more than two voices.
I used to clamber around here as a young lad. The girls from Slatigo used to come make a fire here and jump over it. And so's their underwear wouldn't catch fire. Sometimes they'd take it off.
That's nice, Gnarly, but I don't think it's scantily clad maidens we'll be running into here. So what's that got to do with anything?
Well, there's a nice view into the gorge from up there. We only have to go back a bit, and we can get up there nicely.
Right. Henry, what are you waiting for? This is just the kind of thing we took you along for.
Sure, sir. With a bit of luck, there might be some girls there, too.
I could do without girls with voices like that. Now get going.
You imagine these right up in the dark.
Leave him be, Hunter. You're right. They did something. They rolled around and gave off sparks.
Those definitely aren't in the blacksmith's hands.
Aye, sparks.
You two are arseholes. I'd have nothing to do with a waste like that. It ain't right.
So how's it look, Sonny? How many?
I saw 3. And they don't look like Radovan's hands.
And what about my goods?
I didn't see them. It looked more like a patrol. I reckon there might be more of them hereabouts.
Seems we can't avoid a fight. I hope you're ready, Henry.
Isn't it a bit dangerous, just charging in?
Sure it's dangerous, youngster. But if you're more dangerous than them bastards,
點
it'll
我都
all end
冇裝
well.
咁夠打
How are we gonna do it? Do you just want to charge them, sir?
What else do you suggest?
Someone could go back up top and try to take one of them down with an arrow before we charge them. There's a good view of the camp from up there.
Good idea. Borrow my crossbow. My shoulder's giving me jip anyway.
All right, sir.
Climb up top, and as soon as you shoot the first time, we'll charge them. And make sure you don't hit one of us.
Right you are, Captain.
Won't one thumb.
Don't you think you'd have a better nip there than Stumble if he was a priest?
It ain't his fault. What's wrong with his legs?
What's wrong with his legs is they can't stay away from the tavern.
You two don't know the truth from an hole in the ground. Stumble was a priest. He showed me holy pictures and taught me a lot.
Aye, Stumble.
I'll show you.
Ha!
Oh!
You haven't a chance, bastard! You don't say.
但我都冇箭，我彈藥一般路箭
You really saw that?
點啊？
Kitty, honestly, tell him I'm not having him on. You saw it too.
True. She ain't yanking just this. I saw it with my own 2 eyes. She had one
At the moment.
different than the other.
All right. That ain't normal. Everyone must be laughing at the way.
Why? Some people might like
You've got no chance alone.
Finish this. I'll hack your arse off! Useless!
哇！你唔好慢啲。
Hey, that's the last one. I'll slice you up. He's had it.
Watch the hold up, damn it. Hey, Henry, get over here. Stop dawdling.
Oh, this day took it out of me, and no mistake.
And it ain't over yet, sir. Your goods ain't here. And none of them bastards look like the blacksmith's hands. Am I right, Henry?
Hard to say. I've never actually seen them. But I don't think it was them.
Me neither. But right past that peak is another good camping spot.
You think this was a patrol?
It makes sense. But I don't want to go assuming the worst. We might have just run into them bandits by chance.
Yeah, well, you were right, as always. Let's go, then. Are you ready, Henry?
Give me a moment.
Hurry up, lad.
偷食物啊，會俾人發現啊，都係冇啦，寫住偷字。
We can get going.
That's just grand. Let's go then. Hold on, lad. Give me back my crossbow. You weren't thinking of keeping it, were you?
Of course. You did a good job.
I should bloody think so.
I thought we had everything clear, Venser. You tried to fuck with me, so until we ride out, you're gonna stick right there and keep your mouth shut.
We did everything you asked. We got the blacksmith cart and the goods.
Horse shit. You tried to fuck me. That bastard cousin of yours owned up to it.
It was his idea. I wanted nothing to do with it.
It makes no difference to me, Venser. You vouched for the crooked fucker. So now, it's on you. Actually, you could consider yourself lucky. If you hadn't saved my ass that time in Colleen, I'd have goat ear skin you alive.
Bastards. You can't trust anyone in these parts. Get ready, Gnarly. We are going to parley.
Like that time at the Shani, sir?
Yes, exactly.
Only there was more of us that time, and less of them.
Oh, don't worry, there won't be a problem. They're just common thieves. Besides, I'll take young Henry with me. What, me? And if they're still feeling brave, you get to try out that new plaything of yours.
咁樣嚟搞我？Hey!
Gentlemen, I'm obliged to you for looking after my goods, but I'll take them back now. Just hand them over, and I'll let you go.
Oh, you must be from Samin, sir. Well, of course you can have everything back. As long as you ask nicely, eh? Well, how about we do things differently? You lay down your weapons, and we can all have a nice little chat. I mean, I don't intend to go murdering local lords. I just want your coin.
That's very noble of you, sir.
What are you gaping at? At them!
At 哇！等等，冇裝。等先。
We're going to get it.
Get, we'll kick your ass! True blood! Yeah!
I'll rip your ass open! I will have you,
Didn't
you
see that
dumb.
coming, eh? There's more of them!
Is that the best you can do?
You should have fucking stayed out of...
同時對戰多位對手，二掛擊中會使你陷入危機，因此最好避免。然，假如當下無法選擇，盡量讓敵人保持在你面前。屌
！That was something!
Yeah! They got what they deserved, the fuckers! Henry! Hey, Henry! Are you listening? Come here!
What now?
One of them bastards fled into the rocks. Chase him down and bring him back.
Did you see which way he went?
No, I had other things on my hands. Besides, you're the one who's supposed to keep watch.
But they'd taken him captive. What use would he be to us?
Are you deaf? Didn't you hear what they said? They took him captive because he wanted to drive off with the load. They fucked over Radovan, fucked over his lordship, and wanted to fuck over that bandit too. They were in cahoots. Only the thief wanted to rob the thieves.
Uh-huh.
And they deserve the same punishment, if not more.
I'll go and track him then.
Great. Hurry.
And then there's the talk about money. They say
You really do want to hang, don't you?
Please, let me go. I
Carry
just
on
want
like
to go
that
home.
and you'll get what's coming to you.
I'm just telling you what people are saying. It's not easy for us.
I've got you now, Venser. You've nowhere to run to. Yield.
Well, why the fuck would I? It's just you against me. Besides, if I do yield, it's the rope for me anyway.
You won't yield?
Oh, I told you. No.
All right. I was hoping for a peaceful end to it. But if that's how you want it...
You're a dead man!
Ah.
No, you don't!
Useless!
屌！
好難玩啊！
I'm a nobleman. You have to spare me.
Oh, you be quiet. We'll decide what to do.
Far like this.
哦，又唔同嘅喎。
I've got you now, Venser. You've nowhere to run to. Yield.
Well, why the fuck would I? It's just you against me. Besides, if I do yield, it's the rope for me anyway.
Who knows what they'll do to you? You might just get a whipping.
For robbing Semine, that old miser. He'll have me strung up from the nearest tree. I'd be better off jumping off the cliff.
If I were in your shoes, I think I'd go for the rope. Falling to your death can be real nasty.
How would you know? Have you tried it? Although, to come up with something that stupid, you must have fallen on your head.
Well, come what may. Anything can happen. Maybe you'll get out of it somehow.
Sure, I'll get out of it. Bollocks. And I don't have to be the one who falls off the cliff.
快
So no, I'm not going with you.
I've got you now, Venser. You've nowhere to run to. Yield.
Well, why the fuck would I? It's just you against me. Besides, if I do yield, it's the rope for me anyway.
Can't you think of any other way out of this?
Well, you could let me go.
Why would I?
Maybe for coin.
Carry on.
Well, Ghouls wasn't entirely wrong. We wanted to fuck him over and take the cart to Yachin.
Only it didn't work out.
As you can see, his fellows caught us on the way. We had to pull the cart over and haul the goods up to the rocks. But before Ghouls had a chance to count the loot, we skimmed off a bit. Well, that is, my cousin Franzi did. I had enough work hauling them sacks. If you let me go, well, I'll tell you where the loot is.
And what did he take?
I don't really know. But he found something on the cart, nicely wrapped up, so he swiped it. He said it looked valuable.
So you want to bribe me with something, and you don't even know what it is?
Don't worry, it's something valuable. Franzi has a nose for these things.
To hell with that.
Well, come now, don't be a fool.
I said no. One-on-one, yeah. But it must be clear to you that you're no match for me. Even if the noose is waiting for you, it's still a more pleasant death than getting your head smashed in with a rock. And believe me, I'll do it if there's no other way.
You never know what might happen, friend. Much bigger and stronger fellas than you tried to wring my neck before, so I'll take my chances with you.
You won't yield!
I told you. No.
All right. I was hoping for a peaceful end to it. But if that's how you want it...
You're in for an arse kicking, you piece of shit! You slip. You won't be able to take another one like that.
Oh. 係咪要賄賂啊？佢既然咁樣講得，
I've got you now, Venser. You've nowhere to run to. Yield.
Well, why the fuck would I? It's just you against me. Besides, if I do yield, it's the rope for me anyway.
Can't you think of any other way out of this?
Well, you could let me go.
Why would I?
Maybe for coin.
Carry on.
Well, Ghouls wasn't entirely wrong. We wanted to fuck him over and take the cart to Yachin.
Only it didn't work out.
As you can see, his fellows caught us on the way. We had to pull the cart over and haul the goods up to the rocks. But before Ghouls had a chance to count the loot, we skimmed off a bit. Well, that is, my cousin Franzi did. I had enough work hauling them sacks. If you let me go, well, I'll tell you where the loot is.
And what did he take?
I don't really know. But he found something on the cart, nicely wrapped up, so he swiped it. He said it looked valuable.
So you want to bribe me with something, and you don't even know what it is?
Don't worry, it's something valuable. Franzi has a nose for these things.
All right then. Tell me where you hid it, and I'll let you go.
The thing is, I don't actually know. Well, only Franzi does. He drew himself a map with charcoal, well, so he wouldn't forget.
So, besides some dodgy map, you actually have nothing for me?
That's not nothing. I reckon I gave you some pretty valuable information.
You do you?
So you'll let me go?
Yeah, I'll probably regret this, but get going. You better not be lying.
Well, don't worry. I might be a thief, but I ain't no liar. Here it is.
Off you go then.
Dirty job 啊！係咪行錯路啊？應該唔係啊。學咗咁快嘅條友。
Sorry, sir, but that bastard gave me the slip and lost me in the rocks.
Christ, Henry. Oh, well, I hope he learned a lesson at least.
Well, the main thing is we got the cart back.
To hell with the cart. I just hope that scum won't go boasting around the country that he got the better of old Sameen.
I think he'll keep his mouth shut.
Why do you think that?
Just a feeling. What about Gules?
He caught a few good hits, but he's alive. We'll take him with us. I need to have a strong word with him. You did a good job, youngster.
Wow,
You've got heart. And so you don't say I had you clambering over these rocks for nothing. Here's something for you.
Thank you, sir.
Don't thank me. You deserved it. And now, let's get that accursed cart back to Sameen. Want to ride? We'll go via Troskovitz. We can drop you off there, and you won't have far to Tarkov. You ought to report back to Radovan as soon as possible about what happened with these hands.
What's going to happen to that other hand?
We'll see. He was tied up, and he swears he's innocent. Yeah, either way, Gnarly will get it out of him. I'd like to find out what actually happened.
A ride would be great. My legs are sore.
Wait until you're my age. Well, let's get going.
I didn't do nothing wrong, I swear. It's all Vence's fault. It was him who said we'll sell the car to Gills.
Shut up, Francie. You both told me you'll bring me the cart, and then you try to fuck me over.
A thief robbing a thief. What a world.
I'm still a nobleman, if you don't mind. So I'm not a thief. I'm a robber baron.
A thief's a thief.
Where are you taking us?
To Sameen, where his lordship will hear you out and decide what to do with you.
I hope you realize you can't execute me just like that.
That depends. By rights, I should send a plea to the royal court to ask if we can behead you. But in these shitty times, nobody will give a toss. And parchment's expensive. So as far as I'm concerned, I'd happily take the risk and cut your head off without permission.
I can see how much you respect the rule of law. Here.
You're quite the joker. Invoking the law, are you?
And what will happen to me?
What do you think? If they'll execute a nobleman, they won't think twice about a hired hand.
You never know, Henry. Lord Sameen is merciful. Maybe this whimpering will soften his heart.
I ain't whimpering. I'm just trying to tell you how it was.
I swear on my soul. Is that supposed to soften my heart? Every good-for-nothing I dragged to the gallows swore on his ma. Nobody with any decency would risk his mother's immortal soul. Even if he was... Oh, well, what can you do? Farewell, then. What would you like?
What do you have for sale?
Why are you wasting my time if you don't want anything, then, eh?
哇，咁串嘅。
What is this hoove monster?
Go! Ja! Ka! Go! Quick! Ja! Ja!
Whoa!
Is there something you need?
Yes? Hmm?
So, job done. The cart was found and driven to Lord Semin's courtyard.
Whew. That's a relief. And what happened to that pair of idiots?
It turned out they tried to rob you.
Oh. They did they?
Aye. They plotted with some robber baron called Gules and brought the cart to him.
The bastards. I should have realized they were a bit too keen on work. And how did you get the cart back?
Well, I went to Semin, and they were wondering there too where the wagon got to. So we rode out to look for it. Me, Lord Semin, and his captain, Gnarly.
Well, God's nails. And the three of you tracked them down, the whole band.
That's right. They were hiding in Apollonia, along with the carts and the goods.
Indeed. Where
差唔
else?
多啦。
The bastards. And what about my hands?
They hauled Franzi off to Semin, and I couldn't tell you how he'll end up. And Venza, he vanished in the rocks.
Anyway, the main thing is the cart turned up. I'd be in a right mess if it didn't.
No doubt.
And you've earned a reward for your trouble. I've got just the thing for you. Some mercenary once had his cuirass repaired here, but never came back for it. Who knows what happened to him? So now it's yours. It's been through a bit, but it'll still serve for a while.
Thanks. It'll come in handy. And have you got another job for me?
Young Lord Semin's wedding is coming up, and it's got my head spinning. Look, you must have seen Agnes, the bailiff's daughter, when you were in Truskovitz. What do you think of her?
I haven't seen Agnes. Is she pretty?
Pretty doesn't do her justice. She's a beauty. But she's got such a sharp tongue on her that I don't envy older at all. And how about you, lad? Have you got some lass waiting in Sasau?
Yeah. And I hope she'll wait. Her name's Teresa. Her uncle owns a mill on the river in Ratai.
A girl from the mill? You want to watch out for them types. You might get caught up in devilry, lad. A wedding's a serious business. You're not just getting a bride, but a whole family. So you have to show them you're a man who's worth it. All the more so when you're noble born. Old Semin wants a special sword forged for his son's wedding present.
Excellent. So what are we waiting for? Should we get to work?
Hold your horses. It can't be any old steel. This has to be a first-class job.
A blade of first-class steel?
That's right. And that's just the problem.
Ah, I see. We don't have any welded steel for that kind of sword, do we?
God's nails. You really know your stuff, youngster. And you're right. We don't have the steel for a strong sword that won't break.
I'd like to know where you're going to get your hands on some welded steel.
Relax, lad. I've got it all figured out, as it happens. There's this old hermit called Ambrose, living in Apollonia.
And he can pray for us?
God's nails, let me finish talking. The word is, he was fighting heathens years ago in faraway Andalusia, and folks say they saw this interesting broken sword in his hut. From the description, it seems our peculiar hermit has a real Toledo blade.
Welded Spanish steel? There's nothing better for a sword.
See now? You do understand. But there's a catch.
Naturally.
They say that Ambrose the Hermit has changed a lot recently. People from far and wide used to go to him for remedies and blessings. But now he won't see no one. I even heard he made a pact with the devil. And there have been other strange goings-on.
What strange goings-on?
I heard something in the tavern about some apparition. But that's all I know.
With the devil? Why would the hermit make a pact with the devil?
No idea. It might just be old wives' tales.
Where can I find the hermit?
Do I look like someone who goes to a hermit for advice? I know he has a hut somewhere in Apollonia. But you'll have to ask the Truskovitz womenfolk if you want to know more.
Right. I'll try to find out more about the hermit's sword. But in return, You'll get me invited to Semin's wedding.
If it means so much to you, why not? Come and see Betty from the Troskovitz Tavern. She knows all the gossip. She'll definitely tell you more about the hermit. But Henry, if there's any truth in that pact with the devil, don't get caught up in it. The best sword in the world isn't worth eternal damnation. What do you want here, you scoundrel? Why'd you barge in here?
I'd like to ask more about that sword.
What more do you need to know? Have you asked at the Troskovitz Tavern about that hermit? God's nails, you've got a job to do.
我咁串嘅。哦。啊，好啦，玩住咁多先。任務。啊，好啦。